In this video, let's talk about the step-by-step plan to build a successful career as a digital marketer. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now in this video I will lay out a 2-year plan, and if you follow this plan I am pretty sure you will be on your path to building a successful career and having a great future as a digital marketer. Alright, so what you really need to do in the 2-year plan. Step number 1, for the first 6 months, commit to learning and mastery. Right, so that's the first part of the 2-year plan. Commit to learning and master the craft of digital marketing in the first 6 months. Right, you could do it by watching YouTube videos, by reading blogs, by doing certification courses, but the important thing is you commit to mastery. My suggestion, you know what, do your own research, do your own study by watching videos, by reading blogs, and also do a certification course. The combination of two will be brutal and will also speeden up your path towards mastery. Now, although nobody becomes a master in just 6 months, but it'll bring you up to a really good level as a digital marketer. And the next thing to do in the 6-month period while you're learning digital marketing is also to start learning copywriting, because copywriting is key in digital marketing. Now, if you are not a good copywriter, you may a lot of times feel handicapped as a digital marketer, right? So learning copywriting is important. So make sure that in the first 6 months while you're learning digital marketing, you find out great resources about copywriting, and I have a lot of videos on this channel about copywriting. So watch those videos and read the blogs, listen to my podcast and read other good authors on copywriting, and if possible also do a certification course and a course in copywriting. So the first 6 months should be spent in becoming master of digital marketing and copywriting. So that's the plan for the first 6 months. Now in the second part, which is step number 2 in the 2-year plan, you spend the next 3 months doing spec assignments. Now, what exactly are spec assignments? A lot of people take the path to moving and working and doing internship in a digital marketing agency. Now, that's not a bad path at all. But here's what I suggest. Forget joining an agency and learning there. Instead, reach out to clients directly and tell them that, hey, you know what? I am building a case study, and as a part of the case study, I am willing to work on your project for free. Right, but in exchange I would put out all the details in my case study. So it's a fair deal, right? So this way, when you have clients directly that you are working for, you will learn way more than learning in an agency, because in an agency you would only be doing so many things and then the rest is all observation. Although you could learn a lot from observation, but nothing can teach you as much as being in the ring and taking a couple of punches, right? Because think about it, if you're learning how to drive a car and if you're sitting on the passenger seat and you're observing the driver, how much will you learn? You will learn, you'll know how to change the gear and XYZ, but when you drive, it's a completely different beast, right? It's only after you hit a couple of cars and people yell at you, you learn better, right? That's the natural transition. So in the next 3 months, do spec work for a few clients and build your case study. Make it really clear that you would be displaying the results and highlighting everything in your case study in exchange for the free work, right? That's for the next 3 months. So that's up to 9 months. Now part 3, or step number 3 of the 2-year plan, for the next 6 months, start working as a freelancer, and this time you stop doing the spec work because you've done that in the last 3 months. You by this point also have a decent case study under your kitty. So take that case study, grab my book, The 1 Lakh Formula, in the 6 to 9 month period, and also learn how to interact with clients, how to reach out to clients, how to build your list, how to keep your pipeline full, and how to communicate and deliver the services. So from the 9th month, which is step number 3, for the next 6 odd months to 8 odd months, you start building your own freelance business or an agency, right? So that's what you do. This time you start reaching out to clients and you charge them, right? You don't do free work. You say, hey, you know what, Mr. Client, I can do XYZ services for you, I can deliver XYZ results, and in exchange I would charge so much, right? So end of the free work, end of the spec work in step number 2. It's step number 3 where you actually start charging and working with paid clients. Now do not spend all the money, and save the money. If you won't, take about 25% for yourself, but the 75% needs to be saved for the next step, which is starting your own drop shipping or e-commerce business. So after the 15th or 16th month, for the next till the end of the second year, while you're building your agency work, and while you're building your agency, you start an e-commerce store, because now you have a little bit of a cash flow, you have some savings which you could invest in your e-commerce business. Now mind you, e-commerce is a brutal business, so you need some cash flow, because at the start most people encounter quite a few losses, right? So keep about 50,000 rupees aside to test different ads, test different products, test different marketing messages, test different marketing campaigns, and start your e-commerce business. And I promise, if you're a good digital marketer, if you've followed my blueprint up to this point, you will find success with e-commerce. It's just a matter of time, getting those first few sales, getting that confidence under your belt, and then life will be different. So while you continue to build your agency, and you step number 4, you start your e-commerce business, and this is where you start hiring for your agency. Hire a project manager, hire a couple of freelancers who could, the project manager takes care of all the client communication and your freelance business, while you just focus on getting new clients, and the freelancers deliver the services while you monitor it, and simultaneously you start focusing on building a new stream of revenue, which is e-commerce business. So in a 2-year period, when you do all of it, you would have so much experience under your kitty. And the most importantly, not just the experience, but you would be making money, right? From your agency, from your e-commerce business, you would have multiple sources of revenue. And from there, now that you've figured out the formula, you just want to scale it, right? Find a new niche, start a new store. Probably if you've started a general store, start a niche store. And if you've been working with clients in a specific industry, it's time to hire more people, expand your agency business, probably do your events, write your books, and market, start your podcast. This is where you start doing all the fancier stuff, which is brand building exercises, the content marketing exercises. But up to this point, you don't really need to do all of that. You just need to focus on revenue, learning the first part, and getting revenue, making money the second part, right? And then get into all the brand building and content marketing exercise. I see a lot of digital marketers who start with just brand building first. They go all out on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and YouTube without really any a conscious focus on making revenue. Well, remember this, all platforms will eventually kill the organic reach, and if you are just focused on building the brand with a sole focus on the organic reach, sooner or later you will be wiped out. It's like basing your entire business on Amazon, because one change in Amazon's policy and you'll be wiped out of business. So you never want that risk. So start to learn how to make revenue first, and then focus on brand building exercises. Will be way clearer on where you want to take your business, what you exactly want to do, and you would know how to make money and keep growing your brand. So that's the 2-year plan to build a successful career as a digital marketer. I hope this helps you, and most importantly, I hope you take a cue from it, tweak it, rework it, and implement it the way you think that would suit you the best given your situation. Well, this is me, Karan Dharamsi, signing off from the Marketing Nerds channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon.